Was it? Where was? Cloudy beach? No. Sunshine. Sea mist. Final tide. Salt. Salt in my eyes. Eyes closed wide. Paraglider sailing by. Hang glider quantified. 12, 13. Midnight just passed. Nightmares keep sweat on my skin. Suffocating sanctity. Punctured corneas. My heart rate fluctuates. My mind is never safe. Folds conceal hidden snakes, hissing in bombardment. Shaken defenses, torn walls, half-hearted responses. Chainmail in pieces. A moat filled to the brim with scorching negation. An emptiness that once filled all of these spaces, but now leaves me with nothing to grab hold of. How did we arrive? Where are your friends? I recall October dew, distorted, trembling, weak hands, someone with a face made of rubber bands. Was it? 4 letters, 4 words, foresight. Accolades, acquiesce, acolyte. Speeding car, burning eyes, sacrifice. Dementia-ridden astronaut, lunastice. Past, future, present, amnesia. What comes after nostalgia? 2 years ago, but today, I sat in an armchair built from sand, and 5,000 miles away, I told her I didn't understand. These cloudy summits, these archaic Venetian blinds, the silhouette of a past life, 50 broken aches of mind. Now please, forgive me for my prose, but if I have to write one more self-reflecting, self-entitled, self-conflicting, selfish poem about how the roses take on a brighter hue of crimson toward the end of May, then I'll have no choice but to jump from the heights of this cliff made of adverbs and aberration, plummeting toward a sea of interjections and vague pronouns that no one can pronounce anymore. Sometimes prepositions elude me. Sometimes the light bulbs underneath my eyelids burn out. Sometimes I wonder if I've redefined a childhood that I may have misused, or a 17-year-old kid left more dazed than confused. Was it? Is this the last time I'll ever contemplate why August bends and April breaks, why our free will can't be tied to fate, as if this blinding fog will someday dissipate? And if the hurricanes in our chests will perhaps help us fabricate these lives which will inevitably evaporate as our bones turn to quicksand and swallow us whole, combusting our hearts and taking its toll on our fettered, unwavering gazes. I'm just a hopeful romantic, stuck in a debilitating destitution, wishing there was a way to become more than just some stranger's interpretation of my postmodern disorder. Was it? Even an optimist has to frown on occasion. Maybe I'm just a cynic in disguise. If tomorrow did promise ways to beat this endless sorrow, I'd already be scaling Mount Kilimanjaro, because yesterday feels distant, like it was 4 months ago. So let me walk through the clouds and drink this precious vertigo. Was it? Was what? Drinks, anguish, corduroy, texture, noon, vagrant, Polaroid, lecture, breathe, breath, berate, chemical dysfunction, heave, death, escape, decadent corruption. The train in my head derails, plummeting into a ravine of childhood toys and torn photographs. 44 perish, only 3 survive. The 3 have names, but they're as distorted as their faces. They remind me of my elderly daughter, a cousin 9 times removed, and the reflection of a man who used to play tuba in the streets of Madrid. Their mouths are sewn shut from years of counterfeit and indecision. There's redemption in the journey ahead, but we just have to retrace our fall. See, down here at the bottom, there's no path to the track, so I sit here feeling helpless as I suffer my 14th anxiety attack this month. It begs the question, Should I be asking for answers or simply self-medication? If I don't leave this beach, where's my woeful vexation? Where's my vaccine? Where's my shot? If the doctor calls, tell her I'd like a dose of amnesia, the strongest she's got. Please make me forget. Please make me digress. I can't stand the smell of August. It makes me depressed. Bury me under a sandcastle. Let the waves wash my mind away. You once told me things I wrote were always desperately cliché. Something like dancing autumn eyes, melting summer hair. I miss the way you'd tell me how you'd always be there. I've run out of clichés to use. I've run out of lines to write. These circles I've been falling in are quite like a satellite caught in the gravitational pull of your dark eyes at midnight. I walked in opposites. I faced the consequence. Lacking self-confidence, I stumbled on. You can't burn a bridge that's made of souls. Was it? Play me these strings to existence and belt out your cosmic harmonies. Let me plummet back down to earth faster than I rose. My broken wings will turn to a delicate dust as the blue ether opens below. Icarus. When I free fall, my heart sinks with me, and your face isn't quite as endearing. But it doesn't matter anymore. I blinked, and there were so many moments I missed. I just hope I land on my feet, so I can build a rocket ship and try again, turning my red circle world into a pale blue dot that evokes the silence of dreams. It's okay. I'll take the blame, as I sit in the corner and my grandchildren tell me that I broke their hearts. How much greener can the grass get on the other side anyway? You told me that in death there's dusk, and maybe someday we'll get there. But for now, I fear I must be brusque and leave the shadow of this armchair. Was it? On the day the ocean makes its plea, you'll find us swinging for the distant sea.